So today we're going to spend a little time just showing you what SafeDNS does. If you come to any of my sessions or any of my classes that I teach, you'll hear me talk about content filters, and I'll talk about DNS content filters because they're very lightweight, usually pretty easy to configure. There's SafeDNS, OpenDNS, there's some others out there as well. Today I'm going to show you SafeDNS. So here's what it looks like in practice. If I go to pokerstars.com, you'll see that this website has been blocked. I have my little logo up there. This is actually in our business. And if I give more details, it says that has been categorized as gambling. So anyway, let me just kind of show you where this is, what the basic settings look like. I'm not going to show you in this video how to configure your router. So this is just to expose you to SafeDNS or DNS content filtering. But you're going to want to set this up on your router. So be sure and look out there for router videos. I just recently did one for a Zyxel Armor Z1. So you might want to go out there and see how I configured the router to take advantage of SafeDNS. So what we're going to do, first we need to sign up. So we go to SafeDNS.com. And honestly, as far as tools go online, this is practically free. If you look for the home, the plans and pricing, it's only $20 a year. You can also do it monthly. It's $2 a month. And this will cover your entire home. Also, it says protect up to 3 home networks on a single account. So that means that 3 different IPs. And I'll show you what that looks like. So I currently have 3 plugged in right now, so I won't be able to add any new IPs, but I'll show you how to do it on your side. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here, get into my dashboard. When you first log in, it's just giving you different ways to configure stuff. I highly recommend setting it up, taking your routers and configuring, so that way any device that, whether it be a mobile phone, a computer, a tablet, or any other device that comes into your home, is protected. And you don't have to go to remember to configure and set up each one. So that's why I recommend the router versus the SafeDNS agent. So the first thing you're going to look, there's some IPs over here on the left. This is your IP that you're currently exposing. If you go to, for example, whatismyip.com, you'll see that that has that very same number. So here is my current public IP. Now, with your internet service provider, more than likely you have a dynamic IP, and this is going to change periodically. That's why you kind of need to, test your SafeDNS periodically, make sure that things are okay. There's another tool you can use called DynDNS that will help you know when your IP has changed. We're not going to mess with that today, but for now, just want to point out this is your IP, and I'm going to show you where you enter that. A couple other numbers that are here, the SafeDNS name servers. When you configure your router, usually I'll tell you what the IPs are when we're configuring a router, but when we go in and change those DNSs for your local network, this is where I'm getting those numbers. These are the DNS servers, the primary and secondary for SafeDNS. If you're using OpenDNS or another provider, you'll need to use their DNS servers instead of obviously SafeDNS's. Okay, so to get this working on your network, okay, so this is just setting up the SafeDNS portion. Just look at, again, the router videos to see how to set up the routers. We're going to go to Nets. And since I have 3 already in here, it's not letting me add another one, but there'll be an add button. We'll enter this number right here. And we'll put it in, use our default profile. If in any of the old ones, you can actually delete these. I don't know which one of these is actually old at the moment, but you can remove those old ones, and that way it'll free up some of those other connections. Basically, that's it. So that gets you configured. Once you add it in there, they'll make sure you save it. Then you can go and set up the web filtering. So web filtering is something that you definitely want to have turned on. And this is what I have set up at home by default. I have, obviously a lot of the illegal stuff. I don't know why academic fraud, that must be a new one. But anyway, drugs and park domains. Park domains are good to keep off of, mainly because a lot of times you never know what's going to be there. They're usually people that are squatting on those sites hoping to get money from somebody else that really wants it. So anyway, a lot of times there'll be not very nice things out there. Other things that I have blocked by default: pornography, definitely don't want my girls looking at dating websites, astrology and things of that nature. And so if you have some older kids, especially if they're tech savvy, just to kind of point out some of these bandwidth hogs, torrents and point-to-point, basically that is most commonly used for stealing software. So if you're trying to steal a game or download a pirated game or pirated music and things of that nature, that's a lot of times what you'll see going on with torrents. So I usually recommend to turn those off, but my kids are small and at this point it's not that big of a deal. And then again, chats, forums, social networks, there are going to be times where you want to have access to some of these, and you can add whitelists. So we'll say that if you have a situation where it's not letting you in, you can go and add that to a whitelist. And you'll do that by coming over to your domains. And right here you can have a whitelist, and you'll add a host name, whatever you want that to be, and hit add. Blacklists are things you always want to block. So if you have certain sites that you never want to allow access to, then go ahead and you can add those. I'm not going to explain aliases right now. Most of you will never need them. But that's pretty much the Reader's Digest version of getting started on SafeDNS. So with that alone, you should be able to get started.